Hey guys, my name is Jeremy. This is my beautiful wife, Alicia.
Hi.
Welcome to the channel. This channel is basically going to be about a journey of me getting diagnosed with stage 2 stomach cancer or intestinal cancer. And also, I'm going to do some shows about how I beat a meth addiction that lasted for most of my life. But today, we're going to talk about what I've done and how I've actually went from 3 months of being diagnosed with stage 2 stomach cancer to being told I have no more cancer. And that's what I'll be using. I do want to tell you that I'm not a doctor. I do not act like a doctor, and I'm not going to tell anybody what to do. I'm going to tell you what worked for me and the side effects that I've had, and basically go from there. No, there's nobody telling you what to do here. This has just worked for me. So basically, this is how we're going to do it. And also, I'd like to get this out to as many people as possible, so please like, share, and subscribe. Leave your comments. I want to know your guys' stories, what you've gone through. Negative comments, positive comments, I welcome them all. You know, I want to see what you guys, the trials that you guys have done. Anybody that's gone through the same thing or just scared to try something different than the traditional chemo, radiation, and surgery, death sentence they give you when you go to the doctor, because supposedly nothing else works. So let's back this up to about 3 months ago. My wife and I just went to Phoenix to get married, and started having some chest pains, basically. So went to the doctor when we got back. It wasn't bad enough to go then, so I just wanted to see what was going on. And I was told I needed a stent put in my heart. One of my valves is clogged. So they wanted to do immediate surgery. And so they put me on blood thinners for a couple of days, and basically everything was going good. The day before I was supposed to have surgery, I actually was laying in bed and coughed up a couple of chunks of, I didn't know what, but it was red blood and like 2 chunks of meat. Basically, I felt immediate head rush and had to lay on the ground, and didn't know, but initially I was internally bleeding, and went to the hospital. And I'm a stubborn guy, so basically, as they told me what it was needed, I got up and said adios, which shouldn't have done, but I was on my deathbed basically. Came back home, and it was like The Exorcist, basically. I started passing black stools, I mean a lot of it. And then as soon as I got done doing that, I started throwing up a toilet bowl full of black blood. Dried blood, whatever you want to call it. And I had to go immediately back at 4 a.m. to the hospital, to the emergency room, where I pretty much blacked out. Woke up in the ER, or ICU basically, and was told by the doctors that I have a tumor, massive tumor between my esophagus and my stomach, and they needed to do a biopsy. So we had to wait a couple weeks for the biopsy after I got out of ICU. And you know, like I said, I've been on meth mostly from age 13, cocaine and meth, age 13 to age 51 on now. I quit almost a year ago next month, so I'm almost a year clean, and still been feeling, you know, I figured after I quit drugs I've been feeling great, you know. I'll be like, wow, I'm not on the drugs anymore, my body should start recovering. But I didn't. I never felt great. I always felt like nauseous, no energy. I just felt like complete crap all day. And
You spent about a year in bed.
about a year in bed, basically.
Overall, most days he was in bed for a year.
And I'll do another story on how I got off meth, basically, because I say meth, but it's cocaine and meth, but basically meth was towards the end. I didn't do coke anymore. But, you know, I just generally felt like crap. I had to get up and walk my dog to go to the beach every day. Thank God my wife's working right now, and I couldn't work because I was trying to get clean. And, you know, I knew something was wrong, so it just started snowballing. So anyways, back to the diagnosis. Went to the hospital, They told me I had to wait for the biopsy, and then I got told by a doctor that everything looked clear. Well, all of a sudden, I got a call from one of the other doctors. They wanted to do another biopsy on me, and after going in, she had changed the diagnosis to me having between stage 2 and stage 3 stomach or intestinal cancer. The actual name of it is, what is it? I can't read it right on the glasses.
It's basically cancer of the intestines. Carcinoma of the tip of the intestine. Intestinal type of cancer.
And so what that's been doing to me is, or back when it was really bad, it was like constricting me from not being able to swallow. A lot of gas at nighttime. A lot of stomach pains, passing blood while I've used the restroom, and that's been going on for many, many, many years for me. And I've been to probably 3 doctors over the course of my life when it really got bad, and nobody could figure it out. So I'm kind of thinking that I've had this for a while, and I don't know. I can't ever prove that.
Well, your gastrointestinal doctor here in Mexico did say that it's been there at least a decade, if not more. But you said you had these symptoms as a child, so maybe he was born with it, maybe it grew as you were a kid, but the doctor here said it had been there at least a decade, if not more.
So basically, I'm from Dallas originally, and I basically left Dallas in January of 2024 to go to Denver to get away from the drugs I was around and the people that basically I was around, just to clear my mind and get, away from that scene. And I ended up leaving Denver about 4 months later to come to Puerto Vallarta, and Puerto Vallarta has been great. There's a language barrier. I don't really know a lot of Spanish, and I'm learning. But the doctors here, the people here, I've tried, ever since getting this diagnosis, I've tried everything from soursop to cancer root to ivermectin, ivermectina, and holistic medicines. And all in all, it was a lot of things to be taken at once, so I'm not really sure which one has done the most positive for me. I'm not taking anything except for the holistic medications, which I'm almost done on, and I'm continuing on with the ivermectin. The soursop I've kind of cut out a little bit. I do have a tree that I'm growing on my patio, but I started out taking the pill version of the ivermectin, which you can get at any pharmacy here, and it's basically just a little, I guess I'm out of those. Mm-hmm. It's basically a little white pill, and I take one of those every day. It's 6 millimeters, and it really wasn't noticing any side effects. We'll get to that at the end, but basically, then I started taking. I've been trying to get this from this version, which is what everybody tells me they're taking. That's going through the same thing I'm going through, and I basically took a while to get to Mexico from Amazon, or we got it at Amazon, right? Yeah. And so it took me a couple months to get it. People have been saying it's real nasty. It's not that bad. I mean, basically, I take one of these in the mornings. You're supposed to do it per your weight, but I've been doing like that much basically, and you just. It's not the greatest to taste, but it's not the worst taste, It's got an apple flavor. Mix it up with a little bit of water. And basically that's it. What I have noticed, we took a trip to Paris for our late honeymoon. What was that?
About a month ago.
About a month ago. And all of a sudden, I'd lay in bed, I'd be tired, agitated, grouchy. I just felt like total shit. Lately, I've been getting up very, very early, having energy. I don't have any ailments anymore, like body pains. Um, Stomach problems are almost gone. The bleeding has stopped. And I overall generally feel like I did better. I feel like I'm a kid again, not a teenager when I started doing drugs and partying and all that crap. I feel like my body. I don't know if you remember back when you were a child. Some days you would just wake up and you go outside and you feel great because everything's so youthful. You know, everything is like untouched with the bad. I guess you can't say that anymore with the food they give you, but I don't know. I felt overall great back then. What I can remember. And lately, I can wake up and take my dog down to the beach, and I don't feel worn out, tired. I feel rejuvenated. I feel like when I breathe, everything. I don't know how to explain it. I feel like a new person. And I've already been told by one doctor, and I'm going to get another opinion, of course, but I've already been told by one doctor that my cancer is gone. So it's just makes no sense why there's so many posts about ivermectin and what it does to you, what it doesn't do to you, which is there's no. I even asked the doctor, is there anything, because immediately they wanted me to go to Guadalajara or back to America to immediately do chemotherapy and radiation at the same time. And then they wanted to do a reconstruction of
your stomach.
Basically, not my stomach, but the esophagus. Where they meet. Because of the tumor pressing against that and causing me having breathing problems and swallowing problems. And, you know, my mom went through a 10-year battle with brain cancer. I watched her go through so many chemo treatments and radiation and 4 surgeries, having to be able to have to walk and talk again, learn how to walk and talk again. I'm not a person that is going to tell you what to do. But for me, I looked at that and told myself if I ever got cancer, I would never go through that shit. And I'm not going through it. Ever.
You went a more holistic, naturopathic way.
I went which way that was not that. Mm-hmm. I don't want to say, I don't think that making yourself, and I understand it does help people, it saves people, but I just didn't want to go through that. I'm not the type of person that can do that. You know, I just got off drugs. I don't want to start feeling like I'm on drugs again and feeling like shit. I feel great right now. And thank you to the Lord Jesus, first of all, because he's number one. Everybody that prayed for me. You guys don't know what prayers can do, but everybody praying for somebody, I mean, it really does wonders for people. And I really thank everybody that stood by me through all this and gave me prayers and everything. So I want to share my journey, because when they give you that sentence, when you go to the doctor, if you get diagnosed with any kind of cancer, it feels like your life's over. I mean, yeah. You go home and you're like, fuck. You're like, I don't know what to do. You start thinking about, I just got married. Am I going to leave my wife alone? You start thinking about all these bad things, and it snowballs. So I met a lady on the beach, and she told me to get on ivermectin as soon as possible, and I was just like, whatever. You know, at first I was like, whatever. But I got on it, not thinking it was going to do anything, because I read everybody's stuff on Facebook. I read everything. I watch videos on it. But it never had happened to me, so I really didn't pay much attention to ivermectin. When the big C came out, I didn't wear a mask. I didn't get jabbed, and basically I heard about ivermectin, and just, you know, I knew it was there, but I never really gave it too much thought. Well, as soon as I got on this, I started feeling a little bit different it took some time. It's not an immediate thing that's gonna like one day you're feeling great or feeling like crap. The next day you're gonna feel immediately great. But the way I feel now, I would not change for the world. I mean, the world. You know, they tell you that there's things out there that don't get rid of cancer. They tell you that there's things out there that don't shrink tumors. They're we all know what's behind that. Money, my money. So basically, I'm going to start a channel. And basically, I want you guys to enjoy it with me. Like I said, I want all comments. If you have any questions for me, excuse me, if you want to share your experiences, negative, positive thoughts, I welcome them all. I need you guys to really like, share, and subscribe to the channel because it will get it out to more people. But it's not a death sentence when you get, diagnosed with cancer. It really isn't. I've heard stories of miracles of people who have got prostate cancer, stage 4. Who's to say that it doesn't work? It's working for me. Something's working. I can't say it's going to work for you, but I'm sure the hell going to share what it's done for me. That way, if it can help somebody else, then so be it. But don't give up on hope just because your doctor tells you that no, there's nothing you can do. You got to go do this. And come on, man. We all know that some people are paid basically to follow a certain track or say certain things, and that's not for a general purpose of helping somebody. It's for a general purpose of helping someone's pocket. And I don't want you guys to think I'm trying to tell you I know everything. I'm a doctor. I'm not. But this has worked for me, and I'm damn sure going to share it with the world. I don't give a damn who has a problem with me doing that or what kind of company wants to come after me. Bring it the fuck on. I don't care. Because I know for a fact that I wouldn't be sitting right now, right here, right now, if it wasn't for this, and this woman right here, and God. Because there's no other reason why I'm here. And I know for a fact I don't feel like crap because of it. So, it's a no-brainer. If you guys would like to follow me on my channel and follow my journey through this, I welcome you. And if you want to argue with me in the comments about how I'm wrong and blah, 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 I welcome you too. So,
spouse's comments too, because the spouse goes through a lot. When we got his diagnosis, I was on the phone with a client when the diagnosis came in, and I thought I was going to puke and shit myself at the same time. It was the worst thing I've ever felt in my life, and I've been through a lot. It was the worst. So spouse's comments, if your boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, parent, because we go through a lot too, and I think we kind of get forgotten in the process a little bit. But it's very hard on the spouse too. So
cancer diagnosis is hard on anybody.
It's hard on
the family. It's hard on everybody. People that they work with. Because it's a.
I'm the one who actually told him what his diagnosis was. The doctor didn't even tell him. I told him. So. Yeah,
I woke up in ICU, man, and I was mad as hell too, boy. Because I guess they couldn't let me drink. She wasn't there when I woke up, and I'm yelling at these mothers. I'm like, I need something to drink. Why am I here? I had no recollection of why I was there. Anything. I had to get a blood transfusion. I almost bled to death. And, when I heard the news, it was a complete shock. To be told you need a heart stent, and then the next thing you know, you wake up in ICU and you get told you got a tumor and you have cancer. Stage 2 cancer, stomach cancer at that. So, don't give up, people. Seriously, I feel great. There's no reason for you to, a lot of people don't want to do this because the mainstream media tells you, go do this, go do that. We all know what mainstream media lately is full of. So, again, like, share, and subscribe, please. Give me all your comments. And sorry if this is a short, crazy video. It's my first video I've ever done. It will get better. And I'm here for you guys. And thank you for your support. And welcome to the channel.
I'm proud of you, babe.
Thanks. We'll see you guys soon.
Bye.
Have a great Friday.